Welcome to the casting couch.
Let's go.
Bro, this is like we got the Objective Silverback over here with his shades on. We got foreign in the building.
This is wild, bro.
I know, and then we got one, skinny little Chinese boy in the middle of this big meat sandwich.
Yeah, man. This is really racial harmony at its best.
I went a different way. I'm glad you took us on a different path.
I'm trying
Thank
to get you out of
Get
it.
us out of there.
I get you out of it.
Genius.
You have to understand, okay? This is the Singapore dream right here, right?
It's Mister Young.
And it's for in the
It's
building.
the Objective Silverback joining you live.
Okay, you know what I'm doing? Let's play a little charades. What am I doing? I'm taking the chains off myself because we've just come from SPW Unchained. I swear I'm not drunk.
Okay.
Okay, if you're wondering where exactly are we, this is very different, right? We are actually in Foreign's house right now.
Guys, it's really foreign in the building.
In his building.
Yeah, man.
We are inside Foreign's building.
Yeah, man. We are literally. You guys are inside of me right now, man.
Okay, wow.
Oh, wow, okay.
No hand lotion here though.
Yes,
if you're
thank
wondering, it doesn't really look like Foreign's place when you watch us on the podcast. It's because different angle.
Yes,
it's actually,
yes.
Different POV.
Yeah.
we wanted the casting couch vibe, so.
To be fair, guys, this is not a hostage video. I did not kidnap them. Actually,
there was a bit of blindfolding and handcuffing involved.
yeah. And that's why you're wearing your shades.
I don't
Yes.
actually know where we are.
Yeah. Okay, so
I took a sip of my drink, right? Then I woke up and I was like, yeah, we're doing a podcast.
what are we doing?
You take a sip
this,
of my
this is an unknown destination, and this is also apparently very, very near walking distance from
Yes.
SPW, and we are literally live. Just
Yes, right after the SPW Unchained event, thus the removing of the chains.
yes, correct. So you're here. There's an agenda.
Yes.
I don't invite two men to my house, like for no reason.
I should hope not.
Yeah. So let's talk about SPW Unchained, guys. How was it for you?
Okay. It was a fun show. It was a huge show. It was packed. How many people were there?
I heard about 600 plus.
Wow.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest shows that I can recall being to in recent times.
Yeah.
What do you think was the reason? I mean, there are many reasons, right? But like, why was it for this show? The turnout was tremendous.
I think it might be their first really heavily promoted big show of the year. I mean, the year is still fresh, and they had a lot of foreign talent. You guys from Australia, guys from Dubai, women from Japan. It was a
Korea.
Are you sure it's not because of foxylicious, bro?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to talk about foxylicious
In a bit,
just
yeah,
little
for
while,
sure, for
yes,
sure.
but yeah, I think a lot of it was that as well. So it became like this full-on variety show. Okay, it was the most attitude era like show
Yeah.
I've seen in a while from them.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I've always thought of SPW as more skewing towards the Attitude Era, but this was peak
Yeah.
Attitude Era.
Yeah.
This was Mae Young giving birth to a hand. Attitude Era.
No, this was divas galore, literally.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Hey, can we?
Puppies.
Can I just state can I just state? This is Ramadan,
Oh yes.
so I am trying to be holy. But I tell you, a statement did a very, very good job trying to unbreak the chains of all the demons that's supposed to be resting this month, bro.
It's okay. I saw you were like looking at your phone. You were covering your eyes. You did a very good job.
Yeah. I was focusing on getting the review done, bro.
Yes.
He was trying to test you.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We grow-
Fight. Yeah.
We grow through challenges.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fighting off the temptation.
We
Very
grow.
good. Well done, bro. Well done.
For sure.
Meanwhile, I was
Anyway.
doing my work
Yeah.
as a journalist and taking notes.
Yeah.
No photos though.
Okay, Ken.
Let's talk about the card itself.
Yeah.
Okay, what a fun card. We kicked off with Mighty Arrow versus the Midnight Bastards.
Yes.
Okay. I think this was a very smart choice because Mighty Arrow, they're very over lah. Especially Mighty. He's
Yeah.
got that big, Mabel vibe.
Mabel energy.
Yeah, Mabel energy.
Yeah.
I'd say more of a dusty rose.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
He
remember
has
Mabel being as over.
he has evolved. He has evolved, right? I mean,
Sure.
he had that whole fun-loving vibe, and he went dark for a bit.
Yeah.
The Black Bear or something.
Right,
that was
right,
his.
right, yeah, he was-
and then now he kind of like rekindled that tag team with Black Arrow. So it's been interesting to see them rekindle that relationship, and then now being part of a tag team. What do you guys think of that?
Yep, and I gotta say, right, they were one of the OG tag teams back in the day. I remember I was actually 17, right, watching them at I think Bukit Gombak, Mighty Arrow against GST. Right? I don't know who knows what happened to that team.
What?
But they ended GST's undefeated streak back in the. This is almost 10 years ago now.
Wow.
Damn.
So this is a nostalgic
decade
throwback
ago.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was just about to ask you, are you like 30 or something? Like, oh, that's damn long,
I'm
right?
like, 28 this year.
Okay, okay, cool.
It's interesting that you brought that up also because it's like, okay, they're retreading sort of an old tag team that they had, right?
Yeah.
So part of me also wanted to ask this of Foreign as well, like, why haven't we seen Black Arrow in the main event, in that top tier? Because we all agree that he deserves it. He
I
can
agree,
go,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah,
he's one of the
yeah.
most entertaining guys.
Absolutely.
Well, other than his favorite catchphrase being two Hokkien words, lah, you know?
Yeah.
There was a lot of
Hokkien words.
CBs going
Oh,
around.
he
in this
loves
match.
yelling that. But other than that, right? Like, I feel like, you know, I always wondered, like, why is he not that guy in that echelon?
Yeah, and the thing is, he has been scratching at the surface. I remember he had a singles match against, I believe he was one of the contenders for Aiden Rex's Southeast Asian Championship.
Yeah.
He's been scratching on the surface. He's had main events, but we haven't seen him there yet. And I would love to see him there. I
Do,
think he
do you
belongs
think this is the year that he should break out? Right, because he just had a great singles run in the Singapore Championship. I thought it would make sense for him to be, push up the card. So what does it say that now he's back as a tag team?
Well, I mean, and you saw the result of this match.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so let's talk about the match itself, right? I enjoyed it because the heels were doing the heel things. They
Yeah.
were making the job easy for the faces to sort of get over, right?
Yeah.
Mason was laying it in, doing lots of crowd work as well, which we always appreciate for the heels.
Yeah. And the thing about the Midnight Bastards was last year they made a splash, right? They
Yeah.
were really new, but they really took to the wrestling game like really
Yeah.
well, right? And then of course they made a very smart decision aligning with Statement. But do you think this year they have a lot to prove? Because you know why? You know who they remind me of, bro?
Who?
Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Ooh.
Right.
I don't know if that is a good comparison considering where those two are right
No,
now.
exactly.
On the WWE
I think it's an accurate because they came in with a lot of promise, but I just felt like towards the end of the year they kind of petered off last year,
Yeah.
right? Or also that's also the reason why they didn't make it in the Singapore top 20, in my opinion.
Well, judging by what happened at the end of the night, maybe they figure into more, the main event storylines this year.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, the Midnight Bastards, right? They burst onto the scene. They had a big rapport with the fans, but as charismatic as they were, as much of a reaction as they got, they didn't quite get the wins. I think this year they've really dialed in their game, and I think they really are looking to clock as many wins as they can this year.
Did this match remind you a lot of the Attitude Era? There were a lot of Hardy moves, tag team moves.
Yeah.
Dudley, the what's
What's up?
I gotta be honest, I didn't grow up with the Attitude
Oh
Era.
my god, look at this young gun. Young buck over here.
I've seen it on the network.
Damn, guys,
But
you're
yeah,
old,
you
man.
must-
Okay.
Oh,
They
Okay,
really do.
but the cool thing about this match was, right, I really felt that everyone's character very distinct, right? I even felt like in between the two Midnight Bastards,
For better or worse.
yeah, they both have very clear characters, even though they are part of a team. While of course Mason, I think naturally charismatic.
Yeah.
The thing about RJ that's interesting to me is like his face, right? He got no reaction, right?
Yeah.
He got no expression.
Yeah.
But he actually has a tendency to be violent. So I feel if he were to lean into his like, okay, this crazy quiet boy, anytime can explode. If he
Can
leans
snap,
into
yeah.
that kind of persona, I think that can really bring him up to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think there's also that hint of, okay, they are the sort of heels that will resort to anything to win,
Yeah.
right? Because it was a bit of a cheating win.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
Oh, of course,
Of course,
not. It's the
you can,
shades.
You can appreciate it.
It's the shades, like it's the shades.
Yeah.
So who was it? Was it RJ that grabbed the leg in the suplex?
I believe so. Yes,
So
correct.
Mason fell on top of Black Arrow.
Yes, during
I
the
think
finish.
Black Arrow was trying to suplex Mason
Ah,
over
yes.
the ropes.
From the
RJ
apron
legs-
back into
Yeah.
it.
Right. RJ
Swept the legs
and
held the legs down. Okay, so that's the thing.
Allegedly held. I didn't
He,
see it.
referee Ryan, what was he? What was he doing?
I mean, classic finish.
Yeah,
Classic finish.
sure.
We can appreciate
I
that.
just wanna say that is excellent tag team wrestling. Always have your partners back.
Objective Silverback.
Yeah. Speaking of the referees, was it an AEW referee philosophy? Like, where was all the tags? Where was all the rules?
We've often said, right, like AEW is an indie show.
Yeah.
And this is an indie show. So, you know,
Okay, fine.
it
Fine.
fits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, now that you mentioned, I didn't really pay attention to the text.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because there were none.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
There
come
wasn't.
in,
Yeah.
You know?
But I think generally, I scored this match. I think quite decent. I think it was
Yeah.
a good opening.
Yeah.
I think it's very smart. SPW knows that the Midnight Bastards can get a reaction.
Yes.
They always kick off their shows.
And Arrow and Mighty also always get a reaction, a
Yeah.
positive reaction, so you
Correct.
get like a great opener, lah,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. My only concern, again, like you, I feel like Arrow should be higher up the card.
Yep.
Mighty, I think this role works for him. Settle down, you know, kind of like in the mid card, pushing younger talent.
Yep.
And I think the Midnight Buses are poised to like burst to the next level. Just need more wins.
As we will see a little bit later on.
I would also like to say Black Arrow, I think, throws some of the best punches in the region.
Yes.
I think his punches are really good.
Intense.
Laserman. Okay, let's talk about the next segment. It was a bit of a promo from Sane RH of the Wolfram Cartel. Comes out with two thugs, hooligans. Yeah.
Masked figures.
Yes, wearing balaclavas. And what do you make of his promo talking about family and how his family is more happening than our family?
I just heard a lot about families, but after 2 minutes, I zone out.
It's bro, what are you, Vin Diesel, talking about family all day long?
I don't know, man. Like, there's not a lot of things that make me cringe. I'm a very forgiving, tolerant guy. But man, foreign cringe AF, man. This I'm sorry.
I would like to say that
Yeah.
I think everything Sane RH said about families, respecting your families is absolutely true. You should love your family, you should respect your family, never turn your back on family. Kelvin! Are you listening?
Oh, okay. Objective Silverback today.
That went another way.
I know.
I didn't expect that. Okay.
Yeah,
Moving back to Sane RH.
struck a chord lah, you know?
Yeah.
It's what it is.
I'm surprised you actually bothered to listen to the entire promo because after 2 minutes, I was playing with my phone. And I think I woke up when I heard, the sound
Is
of...
this the most harsh we've heard him? I feel like he's never this harsh for anybody.
I feel like on the month that Cena turns heel, Foreign has turned heel.
Oh
the
my gosh.
Why are you criticizing me for complaining about...
No.
Come on,
Look, it's not a complaint. It's a constructive criticism.
Yeah.
I thought the promo was a little bit rambly as well. It could have been better cut in
He
half.
can achieve everything in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I remember he started repeating about how the family is better after like 3 times.
Yes, correct. Oh my, he's doing The Rock.
Oh my...
Okay.
He wants your soul.
He wants the soul.
I see.
No, but he wants you to kiss the ring. This one different. Get on your knees, kiss my ring.
okay.
Was it Cody did kiss the ring when he was in ROH?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, that's a deep
changed the belt to
cut,
the ring,
bro.
right? Yeah.
Deep cut.
So we got an interruption. Dharma comes out, gets in Sane's face, pretends to kiss the ring. I mean, you kind of saw it coming, but it was still fun, right? At the end of the day, it's a fun segment.
Correct. To me, I think I'm not sure what's the use, like what's Dharma's usage, like whoever is booking Dharma. I'm not sure what they have in mind for him because like remember a few weeks ago or like a few months ago he was kind of interacting with Ricky Malik.
Yeah.
And that was fun, but you know what I mean?
Okay, here's the problem I realized.
Yeah.
When Sane RH came out, right? You know what the crowd was chanting?
Yes.
Harry Potter, which is Ricky Malik's chant.
Yeah.
So, they look too similar or whatever it is. That's not a good thing when you are mistaking one talent for another talent. That's a terrible thing to have.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, we did not see Ricky Malik on this show, but his enforcer, or perhaps former enforcer, was on this show. We'll talk about that later.
Very interesting. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, that's not a good look like when you are mistaken for another fella.
Yeah.
So I don't know, change the look then.
Yeah. I'm also just kind of concerned for Dharma. I'm not sure what's the plans for him this year.
Dharma just beats up the Wolfram Cartel.
That's right. You know what? I mean, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just throw them at Dharma one by one, I guess.
I am just happy that Wolfram Cartel and Riz are not doing stuff because that felt like it went on forever.
It did go on for quite a while. It did go on for quite a while.
Interesting thought. Do you guys think that Dharma's level is just a Singapore championship? Do you think he can ever elevate to the world title?
The world title. You mean,
I mean, Southeast Asian title.
World title.
Yeah. Main title in SPW.
What's Destroy Dharma doing at Full Sail University? No, I absolutely think he can. He's got the look. I think now he has the intensity in the ring.
Yeah.
I haven't heard him on the promos for a while actually.
I think the promos is maybe the last thing that he needs.
I think he has a bit of the Mike Tyson problem where this intimidating, ferocious man, and then
He's a nice guy lah.
It's the Lashley problem.
Lashley.
You know what he needs? He needs a bunch of other people and make out a hurt business.
Are you going to be his MVP?
No.
Are you going to be his MVP?
Prabu, come on, link up. Get all him, you, Black Arrow.
That's right.
Find one more Indian guy.
Lavin.
Lavi. Oh, the shooter. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Who's your Ricochet? No. I don't believe we brought him up. Okay.
Yeah. Something to think about.
Dharma and Sane, are we looking forward to this or is...
We are spending too much time on this segment. Let's start to move on.
Let's just wrap it up by saying, anytime Dharma gets in there and whoops ass, it's always good entertainment. So
Yeah, it is entertaining
There
for
you
sure.
go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the hardcore championship match. Iman versus Bryson Blade versus Riz. Okay, I am sorry. I know...
Okay. Why are you laughing? Don't laugh first.
You know when Riz comes out, he's got the jacket on, right? He's got the mask. He looks damn cool, right? And then the second he takes it off, I swear I looked at. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. I look at Paul and I say, hey, what does he look like? He's wrapped up in tin foil.
Bro, you say like he won't need to microwave got aluminium foil.
Cannot microwave.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Can I just start with some praise?
Yes, please.
I actually thought all three really had great reactions from the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what they chanted because clearly, Reese was having all the Michael Jackson chants. But even Iman and I think they all started showcasing more distinct characters so that the crowd kind of connected them in this match.
I agree, and I think, regardless of what we think of Riz and his personality, the crowd did react to him. And shout out to him. Apparently, I talked to him after the show.
Yeah.
He handmade that costume.
Now I feel bad. Thanks.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad for saying what I said. Please rewind and erase all of what I just said.
You know what? I would love
Mr.
to.
Young Hilton.
I would love to hear how you did it, Riz.
Yeah.
Are you like secretly like a handmaiden or something like you
A
have
hand tailor, you mean?
you got tailoring skills?
Handmaiden.
I don't know. I don't know what's the right word for it.
I
Yeah.
had no idea how Riz could I hire you to make my return gear. That's interesting.
Yeah, impressive. You're like the Bianca Belair of Singapore.
All these comparisons.
She makes her own. She makes her own gear. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway.
Let's talk about Ryzen Blade. He started off the match. He jump started with a kendo stick. Fits him.
Yeah.
Right?
You brought up a very interesting point. He was being cheered in this match.
Yes.
What do you
So
think about
that was my big thing about this match, right? It's like because it is a spectacle match, it's a hardcore match.
Yeah.
There's kendo sticks, there's chairs. There was a keyboard warrior that was quite funny. Right?
that? Well done. Whoever came
Whoever
up with the
came
idea.
up with that, yes. But yeah, so like, did it really accomplish the goal, which is to establish one or another character? And I was also worried about, like, for example, like someone like Iman, who we've talked about. Like, I see a lot of potential in him, but what is his character? What makes him stand out? Other than
like a fun entrance, I guess.
Have I mentioned? I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but Eman really reminds me of a Grade 1 grapple max wrestler. If you think about
For
it.
better or worse.
In the ways that he's got very good fundamentals, very good technical wrestling, but his character is not well established.
The black, and he has black trunks.
All the Grade 1 grapple max guys.
He
look like.
still needs to find himself. I think this level works for him, like, low on the card, not there yet. Bryson is really, really locked in his character. He got the Winter
I
Soldier.
agree with that. The one critique I have of this match, I thought for a jump start involving weapons, the beginning was a bit too slow, a bit too tame. It was a bit longer than I would have liked, and I felt that they were a bit too conservative with the weapons. I would have preferred
That's a great
a
analysis.
bit faster and a bit just
More
whack
intensity.
the guy
Yeah.
and keep it short.
Well, I mean, there were also some really like insane spots near the end half.
So they picked it up towards the end.
Yeah,
Towards the
yeah.
end, I got no issue. That was great. Yeah.
There was a setup like a front suplex. Bryson took a front suplex onto not the horizontal edge of the chair, but the vertical, the back.
Setup chair,
No,
Yeah.
but the problem was, right, the set was set up, but then it kind of fell over.
Yeah.
So he got hit, right?
He
by the
still
leg.
belly first
And
into
that
one
was,
chair.
I don't know how he
got
shout out to
impaled.
Bryson. I don't know how he took that.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, but I guess, overall, I think the right person won.
Yeah, I think so.
It's too early for him to lose the belt as well.
Also for this type of match, right? And maybe I'm just picking at nits here, but I feel like those spots were intense, but some of the break pin spots were a bit. Like there was one spot that really like stood out like a sore thumb, right? Riz threw the kendo stick to break up the pin, and the kendo stick kind of just went. And there was like no, like I was like,
it was like a javelin poke.
like a poke, like I could have done it with more urgency, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, like kudos to all of them, man. They put themselves through some shit.
I do like that Bryson is like kind of being, like recognized as like this hardcore violent wrestler.
But again, he was getting cheered at the end
yes,
of the match.
Well, I mean, this is a bloodthirsty audience of
Wow.
drunk angmohs.
Wanted blood.
They want weapons. They want
You know
violence.
who he needs?
Who?
He needs Referee Ryan to come back and get his return match.
And
That's the only guy who could really be such a strong babyface, that can
Right,
heal.
right.
Yeah.
and yeah, Riz was selling all the way to the end. Like we legit thought he was injured.
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah.
maybe he is. I don't know.
I don't know if he's injured, but I think Riz does a good job of being a very sympathetic character.
He does.
He actually does well when he doesn't get much offense.
Tinfoil aside.
Yeah,
He's
fair enough.
He is getting a lot of cheers in this, and it's more pronounced than last time. So there is some connection.
I think the question is, he has not been homeless for a while. So what is the new Riz? Because Riz is a popular word now, if you think about it.
Oh,
should he just like just accept the cheers of the Michael Jackson and just become a Michael Jackson impersonator.
Oh.
Like he was homeless Riz, now he could be
MJ Riz.
Billie Jean Riz.
Billie
just-
Jean, I like
Billie
that
Jean
name. Billie
Riz.
Jean Riz.
Just come out to Smooth Criminal, bro.
Then he has to learn how to moonwalk and all that.
Smooth Riz.
Come on, we're
Okay.
giving you ideas after ideas. Go for it,
It's a
bro.
gold mine. You should mine us.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go. Let's go.
Let's talk about Jenny versus Selena.
Jenny.
Yeah. So okay, Selena makes a return, and I'm actually very excited for it because SPW, other than Alexis,
Yep.
as far as hometown girls or home country girls, like what happened to all of them?
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
the last girl I really remembered, I mean, other than Selena, the Colonizer.
Colonizer,
Love her work.
but she's off
Yeah.
doing her.
There was
whatever
there was
already.
this one other girl. Do you guys remember? Like she was very young. She always fight with Selena.
She was the AJ Lee kind of vibe. I know who you're talking about.
yeah.
I cannot. I
Whoever
think
from
her name
SPW
was
UK.
Teresa.
Teresa, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's not her.
No, but the point is like
wrestling.
there was potential, but I guess yeah, maybe, they did other stuff or they didn't want to continue.
Move on with their life.
Yeah, but like Selena,
Sound like the rest of us.
no, but Selena I know took a break and then she's back and she's a very interesting, promising character with Hustler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the second she comes out, her character is on display for everybody. Like, okay, she's supposed to be this sultry school teacher or whatever. Like, she has a ruler, everything, beating up her boy toy. I get it, right?
Yeah.
And then Jenny is the kawaii, cute vampire, sure.
Yeah.
The match, okay, let's pull the band-aid off. The match wasn't anything to write home about, which I feel very unfortunate for Selena. Because I feel like there is potential there for some sort of character growth.
Is Jenny new as well?
I no, I don't think she's new. It's just that style. And I've said this before. I'm not a fan of this. I don't know if it's a Stardom thing. I tried to watch
the Joshi stuff.
Joshi Stardom. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I've tried to watch Stardom before. I watched one episode. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know. So
Selena has, like you said, has a promising character.
yeah,
But you gotta deliver in the ring,
I
right?
think she can wrestle quote unquote North American style. It's just that because she's wrestling a Joshi style wrestler, she has to play that. It's like Alexis. Remember the last event she wrestled this one girl and then they pretend to be drunk and all that stuff.
You didn't like that, right?
No.
I think they perhaps anticipated that they would cheer the foreign wrestler
Because she killed.
They had booked. I believe they had had her as a face. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what
for
they
sure.
had in their minds. But
I just didn't think this match did well, and after a while, I kind of wanted it to be over.
Yeah.
but I gotta give praise to, I think the character work of Selena really
Yeah.
I think impressed me. I think she did a good job.
Selena can write based on the character. You've seen people like Chelsea Green,
Yes,
the character
yes.
sells the match.
Yeah.
And I'm not even criticizing her in-ring abilities. I just felt the match was a bit off in terms of the chemistry.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's because she had to wrestle that style, which
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of. I don't know if you are a fan of.
Yeah.
It's just not our thing, lah. F5 into the knee and it was over.
Yeah, that was a finish, right?
They tried to make it this semblance of a match. It is what it is. It felt I wrote this down in my notes, like two kids playing wrestling.
Wow.
Wow.
That was harsh to see.
I will say though, I think there were moments where Selena realized that the crowd was cheering for her over her opponent,
Yeah.
and then she went with that, which
Yes.
I think is the mark of a true pro. I was quite
Yeah.
impressed with that.
Okay.
I would like to see her with other talent that's more, wrestling a more serious style, lah, if you will. You know?
Yeah, I would love to see Selena versus Alexis,
Yeah.
to see how that works out.
Yeah.
Like in this current iteration for both wrestlers.
Or any of the ladies from Grapple Max. Yeah, if we do some sort of cross-promotional thing, I think
Yeah.
there are a lot of opportunities there.
Well, I gotta say, a certain group of pirates just won the tag team championship.
yeah. Hang out to that.
Okay, let's talk about Dragon. Okay, Daya. It's not Dia, right? It's Daya.
Daya?
Is it Daya?
I don't know. They
Daya?
were Daya. They were chanting. I don't know.
Daya.
Was it Dia? Yeah, Daya.
I guess Daya, yeah.
Dragon Daya versus Aiden Rex.
Yeah. So guys, Aiden Rex as a heel. Thoughts?
You know what? He's showing more charisma than he's ever shown. So I mean,
So I was stood next to Ash, right? Ash works for DDT. He's a correspondent for DDT.
Ah.
And he was telling me, he asked me this question. He said, do you see any difference between Aiden Rex's work as a heel and as a face? It's like, oh, I don't really see the difference
Yes.
in Aiden Rex heel or Aiden Rex face. The thing is, right, I think the crowd is so conditioned to Aiden Rex. Okay, we see Aiden Rex. We
Sure.
know it's going to be a banger match.
oh.
So why would we boo this man that has consistently given us bangers?
But what about the crowd work? So he's working the crowd more as a heel. right? As opposed to, okay, I absolutely get what you're saying in terms of what he does in the ring. It's still the high flying stuff that you pop for, which is not heel, right?
Yeah. My problem with this, right, is like you guys said, everything about his heel work up until he goes into the ring is great, right? Like he's showing more character,
Entrance.
Entrance.
and he's interacting with the crowd. He's really like trying to get the crowd to turn on him.
But when the bell rings,
The bell ring, that baby face, Aiden.
So isn't this an AEW style match where you got heel, face, but they don't care, they just do their moveset?
okay, so I gotta get Aiden Rex, to me, right, even though he's a local competitor, he has never once looked out of place with an international competitor.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yes.
Legitimately world class.
So,
But I think as a heel, he's got a freestyle / Greco-Roman background. He's got a shout out to Wrestling Federation of Singapore. I don't know if I believe he trained there once. I used to train there like when I was a kid. I don't think we ever ran cross bars, but he's got a Greco-Roman freestyle background. He's got a jiu-jitsu background. We could see more of that in him as a heel than the flying stuff. You know, my vision of a heel Aiden Rex is very Zack Sabre Jr.
I just want to say that. I really want to say, bro, he should just dominate a body part, take it down, play it up to the crowd. Like, I wish he did more of that and then just throw one or two high flying moves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's one of the few guys in the region that can do that and has the credibility and makes it look like legitimate.
Bro did a freaking spinal tap, which is amazing move. I loved it. But like, is it the right thing to do as a heel?
I think right. He has like 100. He's the man of 1,000 moves. So
Dean
it's
Malenko.
hard to like as a heel, right? You have to restrict yourself.
Hold back.
Yeah.
And he could even make it his thing where he teases doing these high flying moves. Don't give it to the
don't
crowd
give it.
because we expect him. And here's the other thing too: our expectations. We are so conditioned, like you said, to see him do certain things, right? To a point where it's no longer like special anymore. It's the AEW problem.
You know what would really get Aiden Rex heat with the crowd? The guy that everybody knows he can do all these high flying moves. Everybody expects bangers of him. What if he grabbed a hold and just held it?
Wrist lock.
And held it and held it.
Head lock.
You know what I mean?
Arm lock.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, for me, right, like, this is the best time to just chill in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't even give the crowd the satisfaction that you're gonna throw in all these crazy moves. Which I know is like, oh man, we paid money for it, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
To make the crowd be annoyed at you for like, you know, being, you know, like not that crazy baby face.
But okay, so let me bring this back to the whole. Does that work in an indie setting? Because I feel like sometimes we might think of it in like you know how we watch WWE every weekly setting, right? That will work there. Does it work in an indie setting where you are? The job is to get the crowd excited and cheer.
I think there is a way to be a heel, showcase your skills, but still not take away from the fact that you're a heel. Like, I do see some heels do stuff that is very cool, but you boo them because you're not impressed by the move, but you're like, this is an asshole for doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think just because you're an indie wrestler doesn't mean you should wrestle a typical indie style. I think even as indie wrestlers, we should emulate what we see on the big leagues.
Agreed.
And he is that guy that can make the shoot wrestling, quote unquote, look really good in a pro wrestling. And
True.
I don't think.
one comparison that I would give, right? A guy that does great moves, is great in the ring, but everybody hates him, is Julian.
Oh yeah.
Great shout out. Great shout out. Yeah.
Shout out to Julian.
Yeah. Were you very surprised that he took the loss to Aiden Rex?
No, not surprised at all.
I was a bit, like he's just turned heel.
Exactly.
He's just got a new character and then he loses right off the bat.
Why?
See, okay, so there's a vibe that I get sometimes, right? Like when Alexa Bliss came back, or when anytime Dolph Ziggler, I always bring that up.
Oh dear God.
But I get that vibe where okay, he just turned heel, but they were just doing it just to try, and they don't actually have a plan for him. So I just hope that maybe after this one, they get him in the feud already.
No, that's the thing. Last show, or was it a few shows ago, he turned heel on Butcher Man.
Right.
So, okay, I think it was CNY, Champions Never Yield. So I thought that was going to be the next title feud.
Yeah.
So I was confused, like, in why that fell through. I hope they revisit that because actually I thought that was promising.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess after the show, it seems that Butcherman has bigger things on his plate.
Yeah.
But the one thing I would like to say, right, many years ago, Aiden Rex as a babyface had a pretty storied feud with Destroyer Dharma as a heel. And now we've seen Dharma as a babyface doesn't seem to have any clear direction. Aiden Rex is a heel. Why not run it back?
Actually, another fellow who kind of doesn't, I mean, he's in the tag team, but what about Black Arrow? Have Aiden and Black Arrow like locked horns?
Seems like a Singapore Championship match.
I think again. I believe Aiden did defend his title against Black Arrow once, but not since then. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, but not an actual like big long
Here's the-
running feud, right?
Here's the thing, right? If they play it off well, actually Aiden can win back the title as a heel.
yeah.
Like he would make a top heel, you know. So I really hope they do that Butcherman and Aiden feud.
I would love to see Aiden and Butcher.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. The next segment,
Oh wow.
foxylicious.
Okay, so this is a wrestling podcast. Can we just move past that segment?
Oh right, yeah.
Unless
yeah.
you want to comment on their
Okay,
their
well,
moves.
very quickly, what happened was, as journalists, right, we have to report what happens, right? A very objective reporting of Foxylicious, a 4-lady burlesque group from Korea, if I'm not mistaken. They took to the stage and did a dance. The audio didn't quite work, which was a bit awkward for them because they started doing their dance, right? And then, okay, for any of you who like is into dance or actually dance, right? Can you imagine suddenly your music cuts off and then your mid move or mid choreo?
That's unforgivable. And I really
Ouch.
felt bad for the girls because clearly, the girls was there to perform. They wanted to put on a good show, and the audio didn't work. Like, what the hell?
Look him being technical about basically.
Anyways, he wasn't watching the performance.
Oh, yeah,
He
you're
wasn't
not,
watching
yeah.
the performance.
yeah, because I felt so bad for the girls. And I really wanted the girls to
because
succeed.
I saw this man. His eyes were like a chameleon the other way.
Why am I like that one?
Like, he was like a chameleon.
Yeah, cannot look. I cannot look.
Yeah.
No, but we saw. Did you appreciate the Foxylicious performance?
So I happened to unfortunately be seated to a former friend of mine by the name of SPD, and SPD was not a fan. I mean, you guys should have heard the shoot from that man cut.
Can you give us like a rough idea of the reason?
It's just like oh my god,
Does not belong in wrestling?
Does not belong in wrestling. I gotta get home. The MRT, the
MRT. Yeah.
But okay, so like WCW had the Nitro Girls, right? Like that kind of had that
No,
vibe.
I do think there is a place for
Yeah.
this. I think it's interesting. It does enhance to the show.
Yeah.
What the only issue was like, it was too long.
It was too long.
Yeah, it was too long. And
Bro.
they didn't give any context. They were like, "Oh, this is the halftime show,"
they didn't announce it. Like,
It
maybe
just
if they-
appeared.
Okay, well, if you thought that was long, wait till the main event. Let's move on.
I was not drunk enough for that.
Let's talk about Jack and CBK
So
versus Shaheen and Craven.
Craven. Yes, this was the first match after the intermission, right?
Yes, after Foxylicious.
Of course, we've always praised Jack and Cheese, right?
Yes.
One of the best tag teams in Singapore. They work so well together. And now they had, foreign opponents.
I was like, they had foreign, they had you.
Opponents,
I feel like, especially with the crowd cheering them, right? I feel like they've reached Horror's level of, when the Horrors were the tag team, the favorite tag team of choice. They've reached that level already.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they are now the new top tag team babyface?
Correct.
Right now?
Yes.
I personally feel they are 90% there. I think the Horrors were actually super over. And that's because the Horrors had the belts with them.
Yeah.
And they had that Butcherman weird charisma. These guys they're 90% there. They're 90% there.
I want to see CBK and Jack go overseas and do more, get more experience under their belt.
Actually, you know where I would like to see CBK and Jack?
Where?
In Grapple Max.
You know what? I want to see them against Ships Ahoy.
That would be hell of a match. Yeah, ships or even you cannot imagine the amount of money I would pay to see Jack chop the shit out of Sean Pang, chop the shit out of YC, and then chop the shit out of Sean Pang again.
Objective Silverback.
Oh no.
That's our safe word here. Safe word. So we talked a lot about like the foreign talent coming in and elevating the game, right? And I feel like CBK and Jack match them.
Yeah, they don't look like out of place with the foreign talent. Absolutely.
Yeah. I love the different personalities that the foreign talents brought, right? Like, Shaheen was Weasley, was took all the cheap shots. It was entertaining to see what he did to like the locals. But I also love Craven because Craven's intensity, I think, brought out the intensity in BJJ and Cheese as well.
I like that Cheese and Shaheen were both like the high flyers.
Yeah.
And then you had Craven and Jack who were like the big muscle guys, the
meat
horses.
slapping,
Yeah, right. So it was a really fun dynamic between the four of them.
Correct. And I think all four didn't let up. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could see there were levels to the match. And while it was a great technical match between Daya and Aiden, right? This match was equally on the same level,
Yep.
and I think it might even pick a bit more because of the crowd reaction as well.
Yes.
I think that's the beauty of tag team wrestling. Tag team wrestling really, I find, tends to get the crowd involved a lot more than singles matches.
Hot tags and
Tags
all
and the
the
drama. There's a lot more drama to it. I think these guys really, they had it down.
There were a lot of really cool double team moves. Oh, there was this one move though. Jack was on Craven's shoulders in the electric chair position, right?
Yeah.
And then he got like dumped forward.
It was like a,
We were like, did he land on his head?
it's like a one-winged angel kind of
Yeah.
move. But from the perspective that I saw, it really did look like he
got
he
spiked, right?
spiked in the head. You know, it reminded me
It
of.
looked like that from my angle.
It looked like that from my
It reminded me of what? Remember Drew McIntyre did a reverse Alabama slam on Metcalf Moss, and then he kena spiked.
Yeah.
Felt like that.
I hope you're okay, Jack.
Yeah, Jack, hope you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the finish was pretty cool. Double sliced bread off Jack's belly.
Yeah, love it.
I thought that was quite cute.
Yeah, they're great, and I think
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's the situation with the Juicy Boys right now. I know they're holding the SPW Tag Team Championship. They need a rematch, and I think Jack and Cheese is like, to me, the perfect next champions for SPW.
And to Prabu's point, I think once they get those titles, I think that cements them as the tag team, the Singapore local favourites.
Yeah, for sure.
And they'll reach that horrors level lah.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see the rematch between Jack and Cheese and the Juicy Boys. Hopefully in front of as big a crowd as possible.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
man.
that pop when they win for Singapore is gonna be insane.
Man, I hope they do sell out 600
Yeah,
people.
man.
It's really great.
Speaking of Craven, let's cut to a clip. He actually was very nice. Even though he was a dastardly heel, he was very nice. He actually sent us a clip. Let's cut to that, see what he has to say.
It's the Australian sensation Craven. I just got done wrestling in Singapore at the best company in the country, SPW, at their Unchained event. But do you know what else is best in the country? Is the Kick to the Gut podcast. Listen to them, they are fantastic. We caught up tonight. Thank you very much, Kick to the Gut. Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for supporting professional wrestling.
Okay, next match. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Singapore Championship, Dr. Gore versus CK Vin.
Co-main event.
Co-main event.
Yeah.
Lots of boos for CK, coming out.
Is this the highest on the card that CK Vin has ever been?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. It's clear they're pushing him. I mean, I think at the end of last year, right, it's clear that they're putting the rocket ship behind Bryson Blade and CK Vin, right?
Yeah.
We of course are very familiar with CK Vin, calling us Bert and Ernie.
Hey, Bert.
Yeah.
But CK Vin, by the way, that was a very accurate statement. I got
I love it.
huge pop. Yeah.
I love it, but unfortunately, to me, that has been the peak of his career so far.
Ooh. Okay, I don't know if
He might call you Oscar the Grouch, bro. You gotta be careful.
But he has become champion, right? He has been Singapore champion. But how memorable has his reign been, in your opinion?
I agree with you in that, and I think we were talking about it too. Like, I don't know why he feels so bland as a face, considering he used to be that guy with the most CB face. Remember, I called him CB face.
When you say bland as a face, I mean he got
Bland
facial
as a heel,
blend.
sorry.
Oh, bland.
Yeah, bland as a heel.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, he has the unlikable look, but beyond that, it's like, okay, what's next? I've seen you several months, several shows in a row.
Yeah.
You are unlikable because of the face, because of your demeanor, but what's next? What's the next level? What is the next silly thing you're going to do?
I felt Gore had to work really, really hard to make the crowd care for the match.
And I felt very bad for them as well because, there was an incident where they ran out of beer. I don't know if it was the first time ever, but they apparently ran out of beer.
Yeah.
So half the match, there was this group of people chanting, "We want beer, where's the beer?"
And a lot of the audience members had left to go and buy beer from the local the convenience store.
So I felt very bad for them trying to wrestle, tell a story. I think it must have been very. I personally, I feel very disrespected for them. I don't know if they
Yeah.
felt the same way like Gore and
The crowd was
CK,
the crowd was distracted.
Yeah.
And to me, like CK had to work really hard to get the crowd invested, but he
Gore, you
could
mean?
no, as in CK should have worked very hard to do it, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think it led to Gore trying to overcompensate as well.
Yeah.
And I to be honest, right, I liked CK's work in this match from a technical standpoint.
Yep.
I liked when he brings the pace up, when he slows it down, his ground and pound. I think his slams, he does all the right things in the match.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean when you say that it doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't resonate. And what I think, right, to me, the heel that got me interested in wrestling in the first place, 2007, 2009 Edge, right? As much as I hated Edge, I always wanted to see what he was gonna do next. I am not sure if the audience wants to see what CK Vin does next.
CK is not must see, and okay, I give you a more.
It's not what?
He's not must see.
Oh, must see.
television.
Right,
like
right.
I'll give you a better comparison, like something that's more local, right? Comparing to his contemporary Bryson Blade.
Yeah.
Don't you feel every time Bryson Blade appears in the ring, you like, wow, what is this crazy guy gonna do?
Yeah,
next?
yeah.
You know what I
like
mean?
you're anticipating some weird shit from him.
Correct. But CK is like, there's nothing that like makes me feel like, oh shit, there's danger. What is he gonna do? You know, even that time he was carrying the chair,
Yeah.
that was an interesting gimmick, right?
Yeah.
But like, was he going around swinging chairs or like doing crazy stuff on the chair? No, not really.
Right. Oh, and there's another spot or moment in this match that actually got me a bit like, And maybe you guys can correct me if I'm not sure or I'm mistaken, right? But there was a moment where he ripped off Dr. Gore's mask. Has that ever been done before?
No, I think that was the first time.
Oh.
I believe that is the first time the audience has ever seen Dr. Gore's full face.
Right. So, why wasn't that a bigger deal? It felt like it was just, he just took off his mask, like nothing like that.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you imagine Rey Mysterio gets his mask ripped
Actually,
off
you
in
know-
front of the
Do you know what?
TV?
I think they could have built a whole match and a storyline around
Around that.
Right? It happened in a moment. I was like, and then the moment went away. The crowd didn't care. There was nothing to it. And what a waste.
It was a
right?
waste, yeah.
It was a complete
was a
waste of
waste,
a moment.
yeah.
So I don't know why that
I feel like
happened.
the crowd did react to it.
Yeah.
But because it wasn't the focal point, they I feel like they lost out on what could have been.
The
a much
match
bigger
should have
match.
built up to it, like you
Yeah,
said.
like you said, like he could have like either tried to remove the mask, but oh no, I'm not gonna let you remove the mask because it's my thing. Yeah, so that felt very weird. And then there's that moment where he's gonna do the prostate check, but then the crowd was chanting "We want beer" because one guy brought back beer, and then like I could see Dr. Gore's like, hey, look over, and I'm like, wow, like that annoyed me.
I felt bad for them.
There was a lot of things going against this match.
Unenviable position. The one thing I will say though, as much as we said like, oh, CK Vin has never been must see, right? I think what happened at the end of this match is a step in the right direction for CK Vin.
We're talking about the shenanigans.
Right.
Shenanigans. It's strategy.
Strategy.
Okay.
Music plays, lights go out. Kentona comes out. Kentona, who apparently has abandoned Ricky Malik.
Who was not to be seen on this show, not to be confused with Eric Cantona. But
Kentona with the K.
the Cantona with the K came out. Yes.
So this fella comes out and then he's like standing there, distracting, leading to Bryson Blade coming out, helping his buddy CK Vin get the win.
So now, is this a new alliance?
Faction.
Cantona,
Yeah.
CK Vin, Bryson Blade.
You know what? I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I feel like all three can help cover for each other's perceived weaknesses, perhaps.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, to
complement each other?
to what we were just talking about, like, is this something CK Vin needs? More, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, now he has the muscle. So, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's a
we'll
good
have to wait and
development.
see how this develops.
It's a good development. And again, CK is still the champion. Dr. Gore again lost his title opportunity.
But the mask,
Yes.
I don't get why it was just a thing that happened. And
Yeah, I really wanted to see a Horus double, both of them champions reigning over SPW, but I guess it's not meant to be.
And by the way, where was Butcherman when all this was going? Hey, Butcher, what are you doing, bro?
Oh, he's preparing for his match,
Yeah.
going over strategy with Alexis, that kind of thing.
Trawi, solat Trawi. Praying.
Oh, praying. Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay, well, there you go. That's the co-main event.
Yes.
And then the main event. Well, before the main event, there was another main event, which we will very quickly talk about. So it's Alexis Lee and Butcherman versus Statement and Yuki Kamifuku.
Yes.
The
Casual beauty.
Casual beauty, yes. Alexis and Butcherman, they come out, they have their entrances. And then we have the Statement's entrance. So we talked about, what was that, foxylicious?
Yes.
Doing the halftime show. So that wasn't the end of their involvement. No. This time around, they came out with less clothes on, and yes, I noticed. and they essentially did a 4-woman lap dance on Statement and Yuki. And wow, that went long.
Did you time it?
I did not time it. It felt like it went on forever though. It felt like it went on for way too long.
What do you think?
I forgot my name. I forgot where I was. It was quite long. The thing is, right? We've seen this before. I think was it 2015 when Statement and Trexus. Who knows what happened to Trexus? Wherever he went, but
Who that?
Wow,
I
okay.
don't know. Alright, but when they were tech champs, they had an entrance with like some girls dancing and all that. But that was like short and sweet, you know.
Yeah.
This was a bit too long.
Bro, this was a full show. It
Yeah.
was a full gyrating and like simulated, wink, wink, hint, hint.
I did not see anything.
I know you don't know.
think-
I shouldn't even be describing this to you.
Okay.
And the thing is, right, like people around me were like they were like complaining they had heat, and it's not like good kind of heat, like the MRT, the bus, we gotta get back home.
Okay,
and
to be
like-
fair, I don't know. The match already started really late, like 10:30.
10:30 already, yeah.
Yeah, and I get trying to get heat, and I think it's great. Like this is a great heel heat thing, right?
Yeah.
If it lasted like 2-3 minutes, I think it was been like
Yeah.
perfect. But
It went on.
it and I feel bad for the girls. Like I feel like the girls were like really putting on a great
Well,
performance.
they look like they were alright. They were
I
enjoying
mean,
themselves.
I guess you want to get paid their values worth lah. I guess.
Statement paid for this. He's gonna milk it for as long as if he paid for an hour or whatever he paid for, he gets
Yeah,
whatever
sure,
he
sure.
get paid for. So there
I
you
mean,
go.
I was like looking at Yuki's reaction, and she was like squirming.
No lah, she looked like she was like, oh okay, this is interesting. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean,
Let's
for
go.
all we know, right, it might not even have been his decision. Maybe
Oh.
it was the club that he was sponsored with, or who knows.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like
Foxylicious.
Maybe like it was like Ion insisted, okay, we want this amount of time. in the
yeah,
show.
give us this amount, give us this entrance.
Yeah.
I don't know whether on stage because Statement's face was like he had his game face on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like, come, let's do it, come, show. Like I get the heel heat and all that. I just again, you can't do it to the point that it. Bro,
It's my alarm.
like, hey, getting too long also, okay?
Yeah.
Say, alarm say you're talking too long about this segment, bro.
Yeah, exactly. The alarm's like, oh no, this is not good. Okay, so yeah, it was a long entrance. We get where they were going with it. He's living out his Ric Flair life, and
Though I know we are talking about it in this way, but I do feel like actually the girls actually enhance his presentation.
You know what? I
Yeah.
don't hate the idea
No.
of it.
Yeah,
I was not a fan of the execution, but the idea of it, you know what?
because we saw it at the halftime, and the halftime it was a full show. This time also another full show.
Yeah.
If it was half and half, I think it would have been a little bit more.
Or they just
palatable.
came out on like one segment.
Right.
Yeah, and to me, right, I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I feel the champion should always enter last.
But he did though.
No.
Oh, he did. It was Alexis Butcher.
Butcher
Yuki,
is
and then
the
Statement.
champion. Remember?
Oh yeah, Butcher is I keep forgetting. See, I'm so used to Statement as a champion.
This is how dedicated we are to the craft of pro wrestling. By the way, we are complaining about hot ladies gyrating.
What's wrong with us, by the way?
I know what is going on here.
Wait,
All right.
everyone here is like taken, right? On this
Yeah,
couch.
we are. That's why. That's why
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are
yeah,
object.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
let's talk
Okay,
about the
good.
match itself.
Yes.
Why is Alexis Lee giving offense to Statement? Literally the first thing I wrote there. I mean, or
To kick
to
off
put
the
it a
match.
better way, why is Statement selling?
I think it's because I believe they have some personal beef or some. Because Statement turned on Alexis Lee.
Yeah,
correct.
No, but that's not the point. My point I'm trying to make is Alexis Lee is this size, the Statement is that width.
Okay, you know what was done right in this match?
What?
I thought Yuki trying to do offense on Butcher and Butcher not selling it.
Yes.
Makes sense.
See, that was right. But then, and my other problem with this match is Butcher giving offense to Yuki. Call me traditional, but when a man beats up a woman, it's a heel thing. It's still a heel thing, and I'm like,
Yeah, but you
and
feel-
he had a lot of offense. It's not like Yuki slapped him, kick him in the balls, whatever.
Dragon Sleeper.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
yeah.
wow. And then even the lights are like, no.
timing already.
Yeah.
The lights are not a fan of Butcher's offense.
Yeah. The lights was saying like, this is after hours already.
Yeah, after hours. Lights off, lights
Non-section. Lights off.
Lights up,
Review
match.
already.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. So okay.
But you know what I mean? Like that was my biggest gripe from a believability point of view.
Yeah.
But I will say, Yuki's kicks are fantastic.
Correct.
No, it is as a guy that's the big boot, right? It is hard to land your foot on someone's face. A lot of people whiff and they don't take it.
Yeah.
So kudos to the guys in the match. They took it full on.
Yeah.
Ultimately, don't get me wrong. I feel like the professionalism, especially with the foreign guests, are all like high level.
Yeah.
Right. I was just not a fan of the setup of the match lah.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
the women wrestling the men and giving offense and the men selling the offense.
We are
So
not
I have to
used
say,
it.
right,
Yeah.
I agree with you in that the premise it goes against traditional wrestling logic.
Yeah.
The execution of it actually I thought was very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, would you believe it? Is Spike Dudley gave offense to Rhino?
No.
Yeah, so to me, that's what I see when I see Alexis. It's not a man-woman thing.
Yeah.
But then there's also that part of me that when Butcher is beating on Yuki, it makes me not like him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
if I were to be the one that kind of like helps direct the match or book the match, right? I would rather Alexis use her quickness, attack and pepper, like Statement with punches, and then Statement try to catch Alexis, grind her down and do all the crazy
Bro,
stuff. You know what I mean?
one slam and then just
Grind
mount
her
her.
down,
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds weird. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time when Statement did his power move stuff to Alexis, it felt dastardly. It
Yes,
felt like
correct.
heelish because it's a big guy beating down.
And
the girl.
Alexis need to stick and move.
Yeah.
Like I know she's trying to show like, okay, I'm gonna like beat you. I'm not scared and afraid of you.
Yeah.
And I do like that, but you have to do it in like moments in the match, in my opinion, at least. Yeah. But you know what? I felt like the crowd was really behind Alexis in this match.
Yeah.
Really behind Butcher. Butcher, of course, crowd favorite, right? And they did pop for a lot of the big moments in this match. So
Yes. Yeah.
crowd was really engaged in that sense. Maybe it's just we are not used to mixed tag team match. We don't know what are the parameters of it. What consider can you guys tell me an example of a great mixed tag team match? I can tell you one. One comes to mind.
What?
The Rock, Lita versus Triple H and Trish Stratus Attitude Era main event on Raw.
Wow.
That was the one when The Rock slammed the chair on Triple H. Triple H fell down on top of Trish Stratus in that awkward position.
Yeah.
But what made that match work was every time Triple H grabbed Lita by the head, everyone was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
The Rock rarely laid a hand
Finger.
on Trish. But every time Trish want to get out in The Rock's face, he just he smiled and then he let Lita attack. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then like only like 1 or 2 times where like The Rock had to save Lita, then he would come in and just randomly do a spine buster.
I
You know
can
what I
just see in the comments, you're too old fashioned already. You're too
I
traditional.
think it depends on the personality as well. Like,
Yeah.
as much as you said that, right?
Yeah.
Some of the biggest pops I've ever heard was an Undertaker Tombstone with Vicky Guerrero.
Oh yes,
So-
and that's the personality.
So it depends on the personality.
Randy RKOing Nia
Nia
Jax.
Jax.
So it depends on how. It depends a lot on how the audience perceives the Butcher.
Do you really hate Yuki that much? I don't.
I don't think we hate Yuki that much, and
Yeah.
I think people
Why?
genuinely like the Butcher. It's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Like the Undertaker, people respect him.
Yeah.
The Butcher, people like him, and they want to see
Yeah.
him do the right thing.
And in a
And
way,
not beat down
Yeah.
Yuki.
And as weird as it is, like
Yeah.
this is crazy when I call Butcher, but the people like him.
Yeah.
in a way, I'm saying that like Yuki can't feasibly like go up against Butcher or whatnot. Like I respect all of them are professionals. They all can probably pull off all the skills and moves. But what I'm just saying is that personally, this is my opinion, maybe yours as well. I just felt like the way the match was laid out,
Yeah.
and the match, the way they all should have interacted against each other could have been done more to their character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the finish.
Yeah.
Ref bump.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Ref
referee
Bump.
Sodic.
Yeah.
Get well soon. Midnight Bastards, they show up. Okay,
Yeah.
so we talked about them, doing their thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and we are very high on them, right? Hopefully this means more for them lah.
Yeah,
More
yeah.
in the main picture scene as well. They come out with chairs, they beat up Butcherman, and Statement wins.
Yeah.
With the punch.
Very interestingly, they opened the show and they closed the show,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And of course now they are clearly trying to make it obvious that this is going to be the main faction running SPW.
The State of Bastards.
State of Bastards, Midnight Bastards, Statement, and Yuki. I mean, it is a cool visual
It is.
of all them together. What does this mean for Butcher? Because we of course saw what happened on the post match.
Yep.
Yeah.
First, okay, Alexis challenged Yuki.
Yeah.
And this was another audio issue lah, and the acoustics of the room as well. I couldn't hear what Alexis was saying. I
Yeah.
think a lot of the crowd couldn't hear what Alexis was saying.
Correct.
But she challenged Yuki, one more final match. If I don't win, why am I even wrestling? So she's teasing retirement.
Okay.
And I gotta say one more thing, right? I think this show went really long.
Yeah.
By the time the match ended, and by the time Alexis and Butcher cut promos, and they were good promos.
People were leaving.
People were
right?
leaving.
Yeah.
It's just
Blame
bullshit.
the sexy dancey girls.
It was
I'm
You'll never see us hating on sexy dancey girls in any other situation, but here.
But when it gets in the way of our wrestling,
It gets in the way of the last bus and last train.
Last train.
Yeah. Okay, I felt like they were great teasers, right? Like you got Alexis fighting Yuki, and then you got Butcher as he was cutting a great promo towards the end. Suddenly the Titantron went blank, and then out appeared Carlo Cannon,
Yes.
my PW champion.
Last time we saw him here too, he jumped in on one of our interviews. Dude is an intimidating man.
Yeah.
It was quite funny actually.
It was a funny interview.
Yeah. Side of him we don't really see on the screen in real life there. But yeah,
Carlo Cannon versus Butcherman though. What do you guys think about that?
it's going to be a hard-hitting, meat-chopping match, and I'm actually
that's
excited.
exactly what that is. A lot of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of butchering needed, bro, for that. I can't wait for
By
that.
then, the fasting one will have ended, so the butcher can have his fill.
When is it? May, right? This event that they are
I
doing?
think May.
May. I think it's May. I think they teased the name of the event.
Mayhem.
May. Ooh,
Is it-
Mayhem.
I saw Mayhem in
See,
May.
why no one came out with that as a wrestling
Mayhem?
show?
Mayhem. This is like repeating. May
Just
Mayhem.
pass May dash ham lah.
Mayhem. Then got ham. What?
Mayhem.
May. Little sister ham.
Okay.
No, okay, maybe not.
You know what? Cool match. I think that can sell out. You know, like
Oh,
that
yeah.
can be a great main event.
For sure.
So the thing is like Butcher and Statement done. Like, you know what I mean? Like it felt like
And what about Butcher and Aiden Rex?
yeah. I still want that match. So I just feel like okay, the State of Bastards beat down the champion, got the win. If I was the champion, I'm like, no, this is not right. I still want to challenge them.
Yeah.
But then now I got Carlo. I just feel there's a lot of loose threads.
Yeah.
Are you gonna close it on it?
Right. And just a shout out to Butcherman. That Boka Pasa was a great move. I think that was great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He actually broke fast by consuming the flesh of the statement.
Speaking of the Butcherman, whose alarm is
Yeah,
this?
that's my alarm. It's
Alarm.
time for me to sleep. Let me switch it off. You guys carry on.
Go ahead. Yeah, speaking of Butcherman, in just a little while.
That's the end of our podcast.
No, wait. There's more.
Continue talking.
We have more. Stay tuned, Bookerman. Butcher.
I'm back.
Butcherman has a special message for all of you.
Yeah, speak of Hari Raya.
In just a little while. But before we get to that, let's pivot back to Mason.
Yes.
One of
Mason.
our Midnight Bastards. We actually got to chat with him.
Yeah, for sure.
At the Unchained, at the Fuchao building after Unchained. Here's what he had to say.
Congratulations on the match. You know, your match, you won the tag team match to kick off the night. Some might say not the most honorable way to win. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, Bullet Club do dirty stuff, but they still over as fuck. Am I over as fuck?
That's true.
I mean, did I make CBK a star after he facing me?
Well, I mean, he might argue that. Like
What was he doing before me? What was he doing?
Sure, okay.
I mean, it's been clear on the podcast. We've always taken a shine on you, natural charisma and all that.
Yes.
How do you feel opening the show and closing the show today?
There's a reason why they always put me in opening. Because when I come up, bro, be honest, the crowd, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna hype that crowd up,
Yeah.
right? Get everybody excited. Talk to us about that a little bit at the end, though. Was it planned, or did you guys see an opportunity? It's like, okay, maybe Statement needs our help, or did you all talk about it beforehand?
I'll be honest, Statement never needs my help. Never needs my help. We just want to be there to support our friend, our big bro. you know.
Okay.
But and by the only way we can support him is beating the fuck out of Butcherman.
For sure. Alright.
No love lost between you guys and Butcherman, huh?
Bro, what's next for the Sons of Bastards, man? I mean, clearly the faction is growing. What's next on the horizon for you guys?
So I remember last year we did an interview. I said I'm gonna fornicate with 100 female fans.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to do that because I end up getting a girlfriend. So
that's always good.
I guess we're gunning for the titles.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright. Okay. And of course, one more thing, right, bro? Every year now, we're gonna make it a tradition. Singapore Wrestler Top 20. Are you gunning for the top 20 rankings this year, man?
I'm gunning for all 20 spots, I guess.
Lofty goals. There you go.
Alright. We can't wait to see what you have next. Anything, last words for your fans and your enemies?
Kick to the gut. I need you to dick ride me more. You haven't been dick riding me. My ego hasn't been as high as before. So I need you to, you know.
After this interview, confirm.
Yes,
the
can.
dick riding will start. Okay.
Okay.
Wait. I didn't mean it that way.
Hey, Ramadan, bro. Bye.
Shit.
Okay, final thoughts on Unchained.
Fun show. No, I enjoyed it. Yeah, and I'm excited to see where CK Vin goes. I'm excited to see what's in store for the Butcherman, and I hope that we get to see more of Black Arrow.
I agree 100%. Also, I want to ask statement: are foxylicious going to be at Clash at the Club 3 asking for a friend?
Okay, statement. You heard what Young said. Young, I'm pretty sure you're invited again for Clash of the Club.
I might be busy. I might be away. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, I definitely can't cover it. It's still Ramadan.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
so,
end of the month, right? End of the month.
Yeah, it's end of the
Oh
month.
no, I guess I have to
Prabu.
go.
I guess you gotta cover Clash at the Club with Foxylicious
They
then.
might do the dance, take
know
too
what?
long.
Damn it.
Last
Oh,
pass.
damn.
I might drink beer and watch wrestling.
Oh well. You know what? I thought it was a great show.
Yeah.
Overall, I think the crowd added a lot to it.
Yeah.
The developments of the show.
The crowd added to it, but at moments it took away from it. Let's be real.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
My favorite match actually, I thought the tag team match was my favorite match personally.
I agree.
Technically, I thought the Aiden Rex and Dragon Dyer match was really good.
I think we are in agreement. Those were the two standout matches for me. Also.
Is it weird to say that the co-main event and main event didn't surpass those other two, in my opinion?
It's not weird. I mean, it is what it is, and I think a lot of it. We talked about the gore match, right?
Yeah, the gore match. Yeah.
A lot of it was because of the crowd. The crowd was out of it, and it was so hard for them to bring it back. And then the other one, they had the mechanic of the mixed tag, and I think a lot of that got in the way.
It was hard for us to kind of like, not say suspend our disbelief, but like try to see the match for what it was, because we're just not used to it. Maybe there hasn't been a lot of great examples.
Do you know what
of
were my
mixed tag
favorite
match.
matches of the night? My favorite matches of the night were the two tag matches. Mighty Arrow Midnight Bastards.
Oh, yeah.
CBK and
The Shaheen and Wes.
and Craven. Yeah,
Craven.
I enjoyed those tag matches.
Yeah, I really did as well. And very interestingly, I just felt like a lot of the so-called not the main players in SPW stepped up. Like shout out to people like Riz. I would say even Eman stepped up. Blade showcase themselves. So yeah, that was great.
You can see definitely like that next generation, right? Like every time we watch wrestling, there's okay, so those guys are finally going to be the next level. So it is fun.
Yeah, what I would like to see is like a lot of the threads from the shows kind of pay off and run to the next show. So like I do not want Aiden and Bucci to not interact again. They need to bring that back. Of course,
what happens if Destroyer Dharma and the Wolfram Cartel? Who knows?
Yeah, and State of Bastards got the win. What's next for them?
I mean, State of Bastards and Jack and Cheese. That could be on the horizon. And also, can you imagine the State of Bastards with all the titles? If you think about it.
It's interesting. I'll save my full review and thoughts written down on our Patreon, part of the Singapore Wrestler Top 20.
Yes.
We're doing it this year again, and I think SPW had a really, really good showing this, and I'm very interested to share my star ratings over there.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, everyone had fun. Everyone got
their money's
drunk,
worth.
got their money's worth. They were entertained, and that's all you can ask for in a wrestling
If
show.
I paid X amount of dollars for like a 2-hour show and I got a
3-hour show.
I was satisfied.
Yeah,
I was a bit too satisfied, but I was satisfied.
You were too satisfied.
Whoa, wow, okay. All right, well, that'll do it for the the podcast.
I don't know if I have another round left in me.
I wanted to show you this.
Well, you want to show me what? What foreign? What wisdomous quote do you have for us?
I want to
here?
leave the show with saying,
Okay, come.
the true indicator of a man's character is the health of the wife. This is for us to remind ourselves.
Okay.
And then the proof of good parenting is the child has no desire to be famous.
The fact that you had to read it and you don't have it committed to memory, that might be a problem, bro.
This is why I wake up and
Ladies and
remind myself
gentlemen,
to-
this has been story time with Foreign.
We do not want to be famous. We want wrestling to be famous and mainstream in Singapore, not us.
Yes, okay. With those wise words,
Yes.
it's Mr. Young.
And it's foreign in the building.
And it's the Objective Silverback signing off.
To all my Muslim brothers and sisters, Selamat Ramadan.